Okay, I think I have the list ready. I have like 30 different runs that I want to show off here. Welcome YouTube, welcome Twitch. This is the Jak 3 World Record Progression video, the Jak 3 History video, call it whatever you want. Today we will be talking about where Jak 3 started, how the run came to be, where the time is now, where the legends came from, and who made it possible. Let's begin. So, Jak 3 is a game, a platformer, the third in the Jak and Daxter series. It came out in 2004, late 2004, for the PS2. And is the, I may have already said this, actually, third in the Jak and Daxter saga. And it actually took a really long time for people to be interested in this game, speedrun-wise. So what I want you guys to look at is the very first thread on SDA. I gotta make sure the webcam is not blocking the text, actually. So, we'll make it a tiny bit smaller. There we go. So, what we have here is the very first thread on Speed Demos Archive, the old boy site of this millennium. So here we have Blaze, who decided to say, "Hi SDA, I'm new to the forums, and the main reason I registered is because I'm starting a Jak 3 segmented speedrun. I just want to clear up something first. Blah 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 blah. Possible to turn off, save feature, blah blah blah." So very basic message here he comes out with. Blaze in 2008, end of 2008, near Christmas time, which is close to coming up to 9 years. So 8 years ago, 8 years 4 months ago, the first person was interested in running this game, segmented. Now, if we scroll down, you can see RJ Waters is interested. He's actually the person who did the Ratchet and Clank segmented, so he gave a couple things. We have Unreal, who I will get to later, and Unreal again, I don't know if it's the same person. Voloxer, we will get to him later, and Lapogne. Lapogne 36 will be our first hero of this story. Lapogne 36 was the first person in this community, or just in the entirety, to actually show like proper progress in this segmented run. He didn't actually like decide to produce, like help out with other people's segmented runs. He made his own. So what did he do? As you can see, he managed to finish it, and I will show that to you right now. So here is Lapogne's first segmented run. Latest updated. I'm pretty sure it's still 2009. Yeah. So Lapogne's run was of hero mode. Now, if you don't know what hero mode is, it's essentially New Game Plus. It means you start with all the weapons, you start with the jet board, and you start with all the vehicles unlocked. Honestly, it's not even that different from any percent. It's the jet board doesn't break it immensely. All guns is very, very minor, actually. You'd be surprised. And all vehicles is also pretty minor. They only break the game, like, slightly at this current moment. And he got a 37-minute or 47-minute segmented time. This was insane. This was really damn good. He got 47 segmented. Hero mode, New Game Plus. In-game time, of course. And he did it in, I believe, 15 parts. Yes. So let's take a look at the training course and how the movement came to be 8 years ago. Now, I have a funny fact about Lapogne while we watch this. The way I got into speedrunning was this YouTube tournament called I'm a Speedrunner. And there was a Ratchet and Clank tournament at some point. And I met him in one of the quarterfinals, and he beat me in like a race to a couple platinum bolts or something like that. So as you can see, it's very primitive movement, not much punching. Pulls out the jet board, tiny bit faster. Tries to jump up the ladder. You know, very basic sort of collecting movement and stuff like that. No roll jumping, no nothing. Just kind of basic, you know, ordinary movement, 2009-ish. Very nice platform skip right there. Skipping that platform, impressive. A roll jump is crazy there. That was insane. And there you have it. The first training course ever done. So Lapogne managed to finish this in 47 minutes. This set the standard for what Jak 3 was supposed to look like in general. Like, this set the standard for what the route is roughly supposed to be. Not that it actually represents the strats, but what the route is supposed to be. I will touch one more thing on this, is that I think it's here. So Lapogne did 2 major skips, or 3 actually. Lapogne managed to find what is known today as percentage warping. Percentage warping is a huge sequence break, even done today, where if you skip from, let's just say, the 4th mission in the game to the 10th mission in the game assumes you've done mission 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 up until mission 10. So in all those missions 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there's probably like some rewards or some items, some guns you get in those missions. You get all of that up until that point. So every single mission he skipped, he gets all the rewards and all the things he was supposed to complete. He gets all of that up until that point. And he does that 3 times in this run, which is actually still a very, very big thing to this day. So as you can see, in the 4th segmented run, what Lapogne managed to do is he managed to climb all the way on top of the temple, and instead of grabbing the monk glider to go to the volcano, he would do a series of out-of-bounds tricks, where at the time I was blown away by this, how this was possible. So he does an out-of-bounds, and essentially uses his, wave concussor to lower himself under the waterfall and land inside the secondary part of the temple. Now, this skipped going to the volcano and was 1 out of 3 percentage warps he did. The biggest one that he did, very notably, I don't know if it's in part 10 or 11, is the Haven City skip. I believe it's part 10. Good boss battle, quick glitch. Yeah, this is it. So, what Lapogne managed to discover was the Haven City skip. So as you come out of as you beat the first boss, you would jetboard. Wow, this is so slow. Wow, it's been a while since I've seen this. It brings back some memories for sure. But essentially, you would go from the ground and use the wave concussor and jump your way into the palace ruins. Now, what this would do is it would skip the entirety of Act 2 and the first half of Act 3, and you would basically enter the end of the game. Also, I like to name it the point of no return, because it is a series of unreturnable missions, where as soon as you enter Palace Ruins and beat Palace Ruins, you cannot go back. There's a series of final missions you have to do. So this skips into the final sequence of the game, which means there is no way. Even in 2009, Lapogne found probably the most optimal skip that you could find. The only way that you could find anything faster than Haven City skip is if you find a wrong warp into one of the other missions past Palace Ruins. Because Palace Ruins is the connector to the last couple missions. So you need to do Palace Ruins. Unless you can wrong warp into BTR, Dark Ship, or Final Boss. This is the fastest, and it's still here today. It's done slightly differently, but it's still here today. From 2009, 8-year-old glitch is still a thing. Absolutely amazing work. So he did it. Lapogne did a fantastic segmented run. I salute you very much. I'm happy that this is a thing. Now, a bit later, a person, also French, named DJ TomJack73. His YouTube name is very funny, but he was a French runner, and he's known as probably the Jak 2 legend. He's probably known as the king of Jak 2, because when I used to compete with him back in the day, he would always come out so on top, and he would always be so great at that. He produced his own segmented run in 5 minutes faster, and he did one thing Lapogne didn't. First of all, he did 4 parts, which was a bit more impressive. He did it in less segments, and he did it in 42:18. He timed it to, apparently. Now I have funny memories with this guy because he would play the same 30-second song loop in his 42 segmented run over and over again, which means 42 times 2 is 84. So you hear the song roughly 84 times. And the song sounds like this. French, of course. I'm gonna do that. I don't understand this. Oh, here we go. Song gives me, brings me back a little bit. I think I'd rather do this, honestly. Nah, it's really hard to put this cam like somewhere good. We'll just put it here. This song. God damn, dude. And then it just loops. And he does it again. And you go 5 minutes into it. Same thing. And you know what's crazy? He did an all mission segmented run with webcam playing this fucking song. Oh my god, I can't even believe it. He played this goddamn song in an all missions run, and his all missions was like at 3:30. Which means you hear the song for about 7, well, I can't calculate the amount of loops you hear it for. Yeah, so you hear it 84 times here, but you definitely hear it over 500 times in the other one. Oh, camera, please. I'm gonna turn autofocus off, just real quick. Just gonna do that. Yeah, so he would do that. And the reason I'm bringing this segmented run up is because, let's just mute it, is because there was one trick that he did that was a little bit different. But it's, honestly, I'm not going to talk too much about this segmented run. It's 5 minutes faster. It's the same route. He just did better movement and the missions were better. But he did one thing that was different. And that was the temple skip that I just showed you, or we call it the volcano skip because you skip the volcano. Where Lapogne would essentially, he would climb all the way up. Oop, I think I skipped out on it. Yeah, I did. So Lapogne would climb all the way up the temple, and he would fall all the way into the hallway. Now, what Tom Jack would do is he would find a clip we still use today, known as the pillar clip. And this is actually known as the modern today volcano skip. He found out you can clip through this pillar right here, which saved like a full minute from Tom Jack's, or from Lapogne's old run. And then he found out you can stand out of bounds here. And the classic Tom Jack side flip, back when we didn't know like what side flips really was, he did what I called the Tom Jack side flip, where he would press L1, which I found really funny back then. So that's that. That's the segmented runs. They basically set the standard for what the game was supposed to look like. This happened in September of 2011. So it was pretty much just 2 segmented runs at this point. And then this is where I come in. So I was a bored kid in school. I was sitting around, and I was basically, at the time, I was speedrunning Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, 80%. I got a little bit tired of the game, and I wanted to explore my options with a new game to speedrun. And so I picked Jak 3. I was sitting in math class, I remember I was in 8th grade, and I was sitting there like, I wonder how Jak 3 would do for a speedrun. And so it came to be. Yeah, hold on. I just saw the chat. They're Craig-asming over the song. Yeah, so I was wondering in class about the possibilities of running Jak 3. And I didn't know about all these skips and all that, so I did like I went 2 hours into a run and I canceled because my endurance was terrible back then. And it was basically all missions was what it was. So I just did like a run with no timer, and it turned out bad, and I canceled the run. So what I did was I went on Skype to contact Lapogne 36 because I knew he had the segmented run, and I told him, "Can you help me route any percent and explain to me some of these tricks?" So there, at this point, he explained to me cave skip, he explained volcano skip, and he explained the Haven City skip. And I knew a couple glitches on my own. I knew infinite flight jack. At the time, I knew concussor wave jump, or what would I call them? Concussor spin jump, I would call them. Yeah. And I knew a couple of other things. Like I knew side flipping. Extended front flipping wasn't a thing back then, I suppose. But yeah. And my first ever completed single segment run of that was 1 hour and 36 minutes. 1 hour and 36 minutes was the first any percent. Unfortunately, I was a fucking dumb kid and I was new to Twitch. I did not know how to highlight or do anything. It's strictly in my memory. You're gonna have to believe that I'm gonna tell you now that my first run was a 136. I do not remember the exact seconds, but it was a 136. I can guarantee you that it was 136. At the time, we had a very small Skype group where I posted my run in. It was kind of like the OG Crash Spyro community, where it was like me, Cypress, Jambalaya Bob, Saboom, T-Smart, Bucci, Spudley Man, etc., etc. Like, it was just kind of us. We were a tight-knit community. Old school PlayStation community, you know, and I was running Jack 3. I Have No Name as well was there, I remember that. I'm probably missing some names, but anyway. Moving on. So I kept improving, and I finally found out how to highlight videos on Twitch. And when I did, I managed to come to the conclusion that, or not come to conclusion, but I managed to pull out a run that was very much better than my 136. And that is my 1 hour and 13 minute run. Look at how cute I am. I am such a little adorable baby. 15 years old. My guy. So I can tell you, oh my split pictures are so bad. Alright, sorry, minor interruption. Anyhow. Yeah, so I remember it being 136 was my initial world record, my first ever single segment run, and then it was 125. After 125, it was 117. That 117.41 you see right up here was my third run. So this is my fourth completed run right here that you see. And this is just purely off memory. I remember all this stuff back 5 years ago. And I think we should take a tiny sneak peek into how the run was. Oh my god, my old apartment. My shitty computer. I look like a baby. My good old SteelSeries headset that broke. Oh man, this is good times for sure. I don't... Wait. No! I remember this fucking chocolate milk. I missed that. Oh my god. I don't want to talk about that right now, but... Oh my god, I missed that. Yeah, so... This was actually pretty respectable stream quality for 2012. I think, honestly. It wasn't even that bad. I had a decent split layout, like, it looked okay. This was kind of like, 16 by 9, alright. You know, this layout honestly wasn't even that bad. I think it was actually pretty fucking good, all things considered. And, let's listen to my voice.
What? The Dark Maker ship. Because, like, the thing is, I do not know if I actually have light jack when I enter the ship.
Yes, you do.
But the thing is, when I get the light eco vent thing, if I do not enter light jack, like if I do not enter the ship with light jack, I can...
God, I'm so slow. Oh, my English is so bad here.
Oh. If I do not enter the ship with light jack, I just gotta get to the first fountain and then fly to the end, and I still save about 40 seconds.
Oh, I remember this. This is when I actually took a look at the segment run for a second time, and I told myself like, oh shit, they actually infinite flake glitch in Darkship. So I was like, oh, I can save like a minute here. This run was so unoptimized back then. Like we knew it was bad.
On the day he like streamed the
That's
race.
that voice right there is Cypress, aka Sippy, and he was probably about 16 or 15, just like me at this time. We were OGs, dude. I actually just want to give a quick shout out to Cypress. He found one trick in this game and it's still used today. He found the death warp after the race in Desert Race for all missions.
What's that streamer? What's that guy called? He's my idol.
I have an idol?
The guy, the Resident Sleeper guy.
The Resident Sleeper. Oh yeah, this. I remember. I was obsessed with Resident Sleeper at this point. I remember that. That was funny. All right, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked, but I think it's just funny to like kind of get an insight on how I was back in the day. Let's just get the pop off. I think it's the best thing. It's just let's just see the pop off. How did I react to my run? How silly and cringe was I when I was 15? I think it's cute. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, boys. Please. Don't be too bad. Come on, Ricky. Don't be too bad.
Oh no. You're losing time.
Yeah,
Why are you losing time? What did you do?
don't know. It's random.
Sippy asks me if you're losing time. I don't know. It's random.
And out of ammo at some point.
Oh my god.
Yep, I got it. 1:13:22. Saved final time by 4 minutes.
God, I was so scrawny too. Like, I know I'm still skinny, but like, man, I looked so skinny on that. Like on that. That's funny. Okay, it wasn't really a pop off at all. Yeah, it wasn't a pop off, but you know, we'll see some pop offs later. All right. Okay, so there you go, guys. That's the first recorded run of Jack 3 80%. That was a 1:13:22 by yours truly. And I want to show you guys a couple more runs. I was pretty much solo racing myself here. I was getting like better and better, and I finally got like an okay-ish run, I thought at the time. I got a 110. Oh, this is the wrong. I don't have the video for 110, it seems, or it's the wrong link. That doesn't really matter. I didn't want to go into that too much anyway, because I got a 110, and at that point I wanted to grind and grind and grind for a 109. And guess what I got? I got a 109.26 and 20 millisecond. Oh, my layout is so bad. Run. I even went down to do 0.20 because I thought it was that optimized. I thought it was so good. I think I even retimed it and everything. And then guess who I'm talking to? I'm talking to Logan Pendergrass. I knew nothing about this guy. I just popped into his stream and I saw him run Sonic Adventure Battle or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Sonic Adventure SA2B. Sorry. I had to think about the title for a second. He was the only runner of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle at the time. He wasn't, actually. He was, like, one of a couple. And we just kind of, like, met. I don't know why, but his name was Broken Arthritis on Twitch. And he didn't really get, like, how much this run meant to me. So I think I popped off really hard. He was like, oh, dude, nice. And I think it was really funny.
But
So as you can tell, I'm going through any percent. I think I should probably take this run to talk about how the 80% route was back then. So what the 80% route consisted of back then. Yeah, first of all, I'll go over. I had a funny split layout where I would put like difficulties on the splits, which I thought it was so clever. It was 2012. I was creating fucking technology. I was so cool. And I am still a baby. It looks like I'm wearing makeup. I already knew I was gay back then. I'm just joking. So basically, what the route was consistent of is you do training course, blaster mod, Kangaroot's satellite, desert race, artifacts, metalheads. Oh wow, there's not even lap one. You didn't even do race skip back then. Yeah. So you did wow, I killed the leaper and I called this a good run. Jesus Christ. So Artifacts, Leap Erase, Metalheads, Beam Reflexor, and then you did Y Leapers. Now, this is where the interesting part comes in. After the Y Leaper mission, in any percent, you do something called the Cave Skip. And now the Cave Skip I've explained maybe earlier, but I kind of forget if I did or not. So what the Cave Skip is about is as soon as you unlock the Dune Hopper, I'm going to try and show it off right here. Yeah, here we go. So you would get up on this rock. After you get beat the Y Leapers mission, you unlock this vehicle. When you unlock this vehicle, the goal with this car was to jump from here to this spot up to the upper part and make it up here. You would jump over this out of bounds part, which I thought was fucking hard at the time. And you do a very precise concussor spin jump because that was the tech at the time. And then you would roll into the cave, restart the mission, and it would put you in the cave. And that would skip about 4 missions. And that was really huge back then, because the way this Act 1 is made up of is you have one line of story missions, and then it splits up into 2 parts, the volcano and the cave. So you need to beat like 3 missions to get to the Destroy Eggs mission, and then you need to beat 3 missions to get to the jetboard test. And as soon as those 2 complete, you move on to defend Ashland. And basically what we do is we skip to the end of both of those splitting main mission lines is basically it. So we skip to the end of the first one and the second one. So we skip into the cave, we beat that mission, and yeah, we skip into the cave, we beat that mission, we go to Ashland. Wow, not that good of a reaction because it wasn't an amazing run. I can shave time everywhere. I thought this run was actually pretty good. Just looking back at it, I remember I grinded so hard. It's probably just because I grinded hard for it, but it was actually bad. Oh wow, where's my car? This run was bad. So yeah, and I did that, and I did Volcano Skip, and that would ultimately get me to defend Ashland. So then what you would do is you would run through the eco mines without the jetboard. Oh my god, we're so slow. So you'd run through the eco mines, you do the bomb train, you would do the precursor robot, and then you would do the Haven City skip from the floor, which I'm gonna try and show off right here. The Twitch player is so bad. I should have uploaded these runs to YouTube. Yeah, so you beat the robot as normal. And then you come up to Haven City skip. Wow, there's so much ammo because I didn't know how to do this fight properly. So it's so primitive. I think at some point or another we're gonna watch one of these runs, and you guys get to choose which one. It could be my first one. It could be my, you know, my sick ones. So while I get there, I'm gonna take a look at the chat. Kappa Pride. $56, $59. Yeah, I might show that. Tab off to your left so the VOD's bigger. You mean this? Or what? I could do theater mode. Yeah, so anyhow, sorry, I'm just gonna close chat again. Okay, so I'll show you. So you would do the same thing as in the segmented run, and you would make it up and do Haven City skip. And I failed it a couple times, I think, here. God, the quality's like unwatchable. Yeah, I went down in stream quality, it seems. And then, yeah. I want to quickly mention, I was playing off of my monitor, my 60 hertz shitty monitor with my capture card, which means it was, like, laggy as fuck. And I can't believe I actually managed to play off of that. So yeah, you skip into Haven City, you complete the last missions, and that's the route. So that's the route, and that was the route for a while. Now, when I got this 109, I was like, ooh, I'm such a beast. I am so good at this game. I'm unstoppable. Who's gonna take the record from me? Guess who comes in my chat? Mr. Lapogne 36 himself comes into the chat and goes, hey Ricky, glad to see you improving in this game. And I think I got like a 107 or something like that. He comes in and says, I have a 105. And I look over like, you have what? And I go to his Twitch channel, I like stop my run, and I look, And I was like, bruh, 105.58. How does this man do it? I watched this run and I was like, I was in shock. I was like, how did he do it? He beat me. I thought my run was unstoppable. By the way, I just want to mention this audio is ear pinching. Just okay. Just listen to this. As soon as the video loads, that would be very nice. You know. Okay, hold on. Ow. Okay. So anyhow, Lapogne got a 105.58, and he was my first actual competition. The race was on. I remember playing even more to beat this. I said, fuck the homework. We're gonna go in on this 105. We're gonna beat this. And guess what I did? I didn't. I did not beat this run. Lapogne kept improving and improving, and he got 103. He got 102, and he just skipped straight to the 100 and the 59. So Lapogne literally just pulled down a 105 and pulled it down to a 59-second run. No fucking joke. A 59. And here it is. This is the first sub 1 hour in this game. 59.41 by Lapogne. Set 4 years ago. What a legend. My actual first competition. I had over 1,000 resets at this point. I was like, how does this guy beat me with 100 resets? I don't believe it. He's got to be cheating. He's got to do something. Something wrong here. I was a sore loser at this point. So Lapogne actually does the impossible. He gets the game. He beats the game in under an hour. Congratulations, Lapogne. 59.41 at this point. Now, Lapogne, okay, so whenever he got 59, right? At this point, I was very determined to, I was not actually very determined to beat it at all. I was very, like, discouraged. I didn't know if I could beat it or not. I didn't feel like it was something that I could beat, essentially. So I felt out of my league. But Lapogne, he kept going. He wasn't done. He got a 57. He was a madman. He got a 57. And here it is. Jack 380% world record speedrun in 57.26. And he even got a 59 and a 58 like prior to that, but I'm just going to show you like the runs that like kind of matter. I'm going to show you like a lot of the runs in like the middle area of this. But like as soon as it's one person like improving and improving and improving, I'm just going to kind of skip a little bit ahead to their improvement a bit. So Lapogne got a 57.26. Now, this run is actually not that good. And I'll say this now because there was a new route change discovered, and this was Lapogne's first decent run with this route change. And this route change was essentially... Also, race skip was found. Basically, yeah, this is kind of cool. You can skip like 15 seconds of each lap by doing that. So that was kind of cool. I also should mention I ran the route before this one at ESA 2013. We might want to watch that sometime. So yeah, there was a major route change in this. Also, it's in 3 parts, so I'll have to find it. So, what the new route was is you know how we used to do? We'd beat the Coral Wild Leapers mission, and then we'd unlock the Dune Hopper. When we unlocked the Dune Hopper, we would jump into the cave and do cave skip. Now, what we found out is that you can beat the Metalheads mission, go back to Deimos, retrieve... God, this VOD is so laggy. Retrieve the Wave Concussor, and then as soon as you go to the Wave Concussor, instead of going to the arena that you see on the map, you go to the garage again. And when you go to the garage, you go into the desert with the Sand Shark. And when you go in, and when you do that, what you would do is instead of jumping up on the cave using the car, you would use the Wave Concussor because we found out it gives you enough height right here, right there, to let you skip essentially into the cave from the floor, which skips another 2 missions. So it skipped Vulcan Fury and it skipped Coral Wild Leaper. So it skipped another 2 missions. So it's roughly 2 to 2.5 minutes of time save. Now 2.5 minutes of time save means that Lapogne's like 59 was like basically a tiny bit better than this run. So Lapogne stopped after he got this 57. This is still his PB today. And I could not beat it for a while. But then I realized that this run was actually not that optimized. And the only way that I could beat him was to just keep playing and just take advantage of the massive amounts of time that he lost throughout his run. Because I actually believe it was fairly sloppy throughout. So, a bit later on, I got a 56. And I'm not going to show the... I got a 59, or a 56, 59 where it popped off, but it doesn't have the whole run. So I'm going to show the 56, 28 instead. So you can see I got a 56, 59, and then I managed to push it to 56, 28. And this is where my stream actually starts looking pretty good. You gotta admit, this is pretty fucking nice. That actually looks decent, you know? So let's listen to this.
There we go, guys. I think it's 56, 20, 26, or 27. 56, 28. Boom! Alright, hold on. Let me capture in this chat. Let me get this chat up right here.
Takes me a little while to get the chat, so I'll skip ahead. Just want to say, guys, thank you. 200 viewers in the chat. Appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this.
Try. There we go. Kind of. Nah, it didn't really work, but you can
even 4 years or 3.5 years ago, this was still a tradition to spam FrankerZ's in my chat.
Move this around.
Good old OBS 0. Fuck me in the ass.
There we go.
Oh, these are some old names. Oh my god, look at this. Jet Set Radio 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 5. Chronicies, Zenigate. Classic names in the chat right now.
Let's save these splits.
White Twitch chat. No dark Twitch, no nothing like that. Kuitar! Let's go! Kuitar!
Hi, Mom.
Even back then, he's still a loyal supporter of me. Fucking Oven Donkey. Oven Donkey was in my chat. Soniku. Turley was here.
That was good. That was a great run. This was what I was looking for.
We'll get back to this name eventually.
What do you think, guys? That was...
I actually wondered if Wing Havens was the Overwatch player. Probably not, but you never know. Ginny, Mergy, even Mergy. God damn, dude. Got Whip, Smartkin, OG Loke 789. Dude, classic names. Classic fucking names. So this 56, I was like, okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good run. Pretty good run. Bam! Bam! Tom Jack! Fucking explosions everywhere, dude. This man literally goes, Jack 3, new cave skip glitch. That was like a shitty impression, but whatever. So Tom Jack comes out of nowhere and fucking finds a new cave skip. This one, so we already had one iteration of it. So we would do the Dune Hopper, and now we would skip 2 missions and do Sand Shark, Wave Concussor. What Tom Jack found out is you can do this from the ground. So as soon as you beat the tutorial mission with the Tough Puppy, you go straight to the cave. And you would do a sequence of very, very difficult jumps up to this cave. That was a lot harder than you would think. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. So after you do that, you jump around this area here. And you do an extended uppercut here. I think he does a roll jump here. No, he actually does an extended uppercut. And he makes it over here. Now, when he makes it over here, he goes out of bounds right here, walks up a little bit. tries to find the sweet spot. That is not actually what we do anymore. But basically we, yeah, so he gets out of bounds right here, and he slides his way into the cave, skipping about 5 missions, I think. Just about 5 missions. Which means you don't have to do Desert Race anymore. No more artifacts. No more beam reflexor. None of that. After you do the tutorial race, after you do the Tough Puppy tutorial, you go straight to the cave and do this. Hey, I got a shout out. I didn't even know about this. Special video dedication to the Rixer and Jack 3 speedrunners. Aw, can we get some hearts in the chat for Tom Jack? Can we get some hearts? Aw, that warms my heart. Tom Jack, we love you, dude. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this community. What an honorary man. Can we get some hearts in the chat? There we go. Tom Jack. Get some hearts in, boys. What a guy. Actually did this for us. Okay, so Tom Jack managed to find the skip. You roll far enough in the cave, you restart warp. Bam. Destroy eggs. Now, how much time would you think 5 missions would save? Well, this is how much. So I had a 56 before. How about 46 minutes? So, I managed to pull off Tom Jack's skip.
And then I'm like,
Oh yeah, I actually have something important for you to listen to here. So I did Tom Jack's skip after Satellite. Finally, I managed to pull it off in a run. It took me so many tries, but I actually managed to pull it off, and I ended up getting a 46. By the way, I forgot to mention Tom Jack did get a 50-11. He did one run with the new cave skip in it. It was really terrible, but he did a run, and he got free record because he found the skip basically. No mean to discredit, but I mean I beat him by 4 minutes, and my run was total awful as well. So.
okay. So I was grinding this for like a good hour.
Okay, so I want to express something, or not express, but I want you guys to hear something that I say strictly in this video. That I was just randomly browsing through it, and I heard something really funny. I was talking to Takify, an old Kingdom Hearts runner. So just listen to this. If it would start, I should have picked some of the YouTube VODs from this. I have some of these runs on YouTube, but some of them not. Also, this was the time when I started becoming obsessed with FrankerZ. I loved the absolute fuck out of that goddamn Twitch emote. That was a classic time of FrankerZ.
Okay. So I was grinding this.
Please play. Please. That'd be nice.
And I'm like, you know, I really need to get up here. And then I'm like, because the point I was practicing at was after mission 2. And off screen, I figured out that mission 2, it's actually possible to do cave skip from mission 2, but you don't get a car.
It's possible to do cave skip from mission 2, but you don't get a car. Just remember those words. Just remember those words, okay? Just remember that. Alright? Alright. So, this 46 was bad, and I thought I could improve it a little bit more. So I took it to a 45. I got a 45-30. That's actually such a clean time. It's like, you know, like I love looking at 45-30. It's just like, it's like butter smooth. It's like if you get 40-00, you know, like a 1 hour. You know what I mean? It's like
perfect either. I did the same mistake twice.
Hadouken! Wait, Hadouken? Alright, so let's watch this. We're gonna watch some of the endings for these runs because they have hilarious pop-offs or hilarious endings to them.
My way, dude. Little shits.
So here we go. This is the end of my 45-30 with the new cave skip route.
Hype.
Give me all your FrankerZs, because we've got ourselves a new record. Get all of those dogs out. Let the dogs out. I believe that's a 45-30. Here we go. Get hype. And 45-30. Boom! Alright, that's kind of bad. I'll take it. It could have been a really good 45 or 44, but
This actually seems, even 3 years ago, this actually seems like something I would say, which goes to show I haven't actually changed that much, which is bad, I think. I think that's really bad. I would have liked to assume that I've gotten a tiny bit more mature, but that is 100% something I would say today.
you know, I kind of threw it. Like, bomb train, I missed that.
So yeah, I got a 45-30. And this was a good run. Like it was decent. I lost like a minute, but like you know, it was okay. So I want to take you guys back to the roots a little bit. So remember those people that I was talking about on the SDA forum, right? After I got the 45, this man right here called Voloxer found a new cave skip. And I'm actually going to, I don't have the link of the video up there. Trust me, some of them have pop-offs. So, trust me, come on guys. Leave it, bear with me here. New cave skip method. I believe I have a video of this. Yeah. So there was a guy, and his name was Voloxer. He found 2 skips in this category, any percent. He found the token skip at the time, and he found the new cave skip, which saves 45 seconds. So at the current time, what we do is we would drive to the cave, and we would do cave skip on foot. And then we'd roll into the cave, and we'd reset, okay? So that would be the strat. Now, what Voloxer found out, aka Volchrist, that's what I'm going to call him, is he found out this.
Now I understand how it fully works. And, okay. So the new cave skip method, how I think it...
Okay, so first of all, what we'd normally do is we'd go up and above, and we'd roll into the cave, right? But he found like a tiny bit of a new strat. I feel like I'm repeating myself, sorry. Just watch.
How I think it works is that this car has a very weird model in that sense that if you drive into the part of the cave, it can't fit. As you can see, if Jack goes under here and ducks, it kind of works the same way as this. And I'm not holding the controller right now. He's still ducking. That's because the game obviously can't allow him to go up, because otherwise he'll go through the rock because he doesn't fit in that spot. That's the same way as this works. If you drive into the cave, camera, if you drive into the cave, and what it's gonna do is the car's gonna start massively bouncing, and that's because the game is, the game's trying to make room for the car. So what it's doing is, for the longer duration that the car is bouncing for, the more parts of the eggs get deloaded. So we'll see if we get a good or bad one here. Okay. I'm gonna jump out and stand on the car. So this is a pretty long bounce. So I'm assuming I don't think I deloaded a big enough part for the for me to pass through, like for the car to pass through, but for me, I'm gonna guess it's over here. Yeah, okay, so you can see that
There you have it.
how big is this? Yeah, okay, so this is actually big enough for the car to pass through. So eventually it's going to come to an end. The unfortunate part about this is that it's random whether or not like what parts of the cave gets deloaded. But so you have to check both sides. But if you check, if you get it right, like one time, like if you check the right first and then the left, you're going to lose a little bit of time. But as long as you're through, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So this is a big enough space for the car to fit through, which is good. So now that it's deloaded, we can get the car right on through, and you can continue as normal. Obviously you guys know, most of you guys know what's going to happen after that. So what you normally do is you go all the way inside the cave, get out the car, and then let one of the eggs shoot you, so you get the correct car to do the mission. You can't do this mission with this car because it doesn't have a gun, and it's also faster with the other one.
So there you have it. That is the new cave skip method, and it saves roughly 45 seconds, as mentioned here below. So we managed to find another 45-second time saver, and the reason I'm saying that is because, or the reason I'm showing that is because finally the route doesn't change for like an eternity. I think this route stayed for like at least a year. Finally, the route was coming to a shape where we could finally do runs again. So, I was alone on the grind again, and I managed with the new cave skip, and with, you know, a slightly better run, I pulled out a 43.
Well, I don't know if this is the case.
And here we have a good example of a good old community member, Grig, entertaining me in the call.
The crash, but when it comes to like movies and stuff, everything's like videoed or whatever in 20
Get the skip!
per
Yes.
second.
Oh wow, it's so desynced. I'm actually surprised. Alright, so let's see if I pop off here.
And
No!
Please don't like scare me. Oh, this is the video that bugs out.
Give me a second.
Alright, we can't watch that. For some reason, this one, when I try and drag it to the end, it like goes back to BTR for some reason. Alright. That's okay.
Oh my god.
I don't think this one was very special either. So, I PB'd by like a tiny bit. It could have been a lot better. So I decided to improve it. And I got it to a 42. So I managed to pull it down to a 42. Which was a tiny bit better. And as you can see, I'm doing the new cave skip.
That's right.
Reminder that I think I wore this shirt in my 43, my 42, and my 41. Spoilers, 41 is happening.
And it's a very solid right as well.
So let's see.
Like, I want to see this. I'll tell you what it is. Don't die, man. Whew, okay. I almost died to the final boss. Alright, don't worry guys, I'll tell you. My 5K follower special is...
Oh shit, this is where I like announce it. Is this Jack 300%?
Jack 300%.
Yeah, it was. Sick. And the chat erupts. Yeah, sick. So at this point, I was actually becoming quite a big streamer. And I think I was pretty close to partner at this point as well. So I was like kind of nearing up on partner here. So that was kind of cool that, you know, I managed to get myself nearly partner with pretty much playing Jack 3 only. People liked playing or watching me that much. So I got a 42. Not too bad. But this is actually a run that I remember was probably the one that stood for the longest for a little while. I think this record stood for 4 months, which was a while for this game, because nobody decided to play Jack 3, and I seriously needed a break from the game. So I got this 4111, and at the time, out of memorization, I lost like 20 seconds on Dark Ship, and then everything was perfect for the time. Everything was really good. I lost 15 to Dark Ship, or 15 or 20 to Dark Ship. Yeah, as you can see, I just like saved time, and then like Ashley and I got like bad luck, and then I just saved time. I lost like 15 or 20 to Dark Ship. So everything like that was in my control at this time was like the only mistake I personally made, from what I remember, was the Dark Ship mistake, and that's why I told myself, we're taking a break. We're gonna go play some Kingdom Hearts as our deserved break.
This is unreal, dude. Yeah, this is 4110. 4111, I think, actually.
So this is where I improve it.
Unbelievable. Good run. 4111. Yes, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Finally.
It's so
That didn't
desynced,
take
holy
very
shit.
long. Like today, anyway. It took a couple days, but I felt it, man. This was the day. That run wasn't perfect, but it was fucking good. That was a fucking good run.
Trust me, we're gonna get better pop-offs than that soon, and I'm gonna be cringing a little bit in my toes. Okay, so after my this brings back dark days. After my 4-month hiatus, I finally got a tiny bit of competition from another runner. It literally took like a year, but I finally got competition. His name is BeatUp9613, and he's from Kentucky, USA. He got a high 41, I remember. So I was like, time to come back. Time to improve. And so, I improved by 10 seconds. And this is where the game started to become very optimized. For once. RAR XD. Look how adorable I am with my cute little black and red hair. Oh my god, I'm so emo. I miss that hair so bad. I still got like 10% RAR XD in me. But yeah, my splits are looking nice. I think I'm nearly a Twitch partner at this point.
We'll keep going.
I'm listening to Linkin Park. No, actually I didn't. I actually listened to hip hop, even though I looked like this. It was funny.
What was I saying? Forget.
But yeah. Anyway, I managed to improve this run, and this route
10 seconds each.
pretty much. So the 15 seconds I lost on Dark Ship turned out to be more like 35. So I managed to improve with a shitty final boss to 4101, and goddamn, I lost literally like 37 seconds on final boss. So finally, B-Dub got really close, and I was afraid that he was gonna beat me, and beat me to the sub 41. So I want to talk about, this is where the Three Musketeers really start to kick in, and I'm gonna post the Three Musketeers here. Hopefully I don't like add the wrong picture and it'll fucking show like some of my secret porn or something like that. Let's see. Let me see if I can find the Three Musketeers. Okay, so this is the picture of the Three Musketeers. These were the prime sub 40 runners. These three people all had one goal, and that was the sub 40. It was at this point that I got 4101, B-Dub got a 41, and Raccoon 1337 from came out of nowhere and typed in my chat, hey guys, I have a 43. You have a what? A 43? Link that shit right now. And then he links it, and then we fucking believe him. It's getting heated now, holy shit. So he comes into my chat, and Raccoon comes into my chat, and he types, I have a 43. And I'm in shock, because that's a good time at this point. And Raccoon soon improves to 41. So we're three runners with a 41. And our goal is the sub 40. We won it. Real bad. And I was the first to get sub 41 with the time of, let me delete this image, with the time of 40:48. SJW Ricky. Wow, 200 viewers, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Just want to quickly say, if you came in just now, donations are off. Alerts are off. We're gonna put them back on after this is done. But yeah, I think this is where I begin the "we in there" trend. So at the time, I had a trend where I would say "we in there" and I would scream it like at the top of my lungs, and my chat would love it. And it's like really like kind of cringy of it today, but I think we have to watch one of them where I do it. So I get a 40:48, and I managed to do it. I managed to sub 41. I finally did it. And oh baby, I was still a raw XD man. I was still digging the hot emo look. So, what do I get? Okay, so we're gonna watch the reaction, but I'm not sure if this is actually it. 40, 49, 48? 48. Alrighty, sub 41 is complete. I think that was more like a... Dude. Alright, that run was still bad. My final boss, I didn't even save that much time. I saved half the time I should have saved. I saved... No, this isn't... Okay, so this isn't where I pop off yet. I don't pop off at all. I'm leaving you guys in suspense. So, you guys have seen me consecutively getting like 20 billion different world records. I was a reigning champion. I was a fucking legend at this time. 56, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40. And I fall to B-Dub himself. The man does it. B-Dub 9613 gets his first world record of 40:24 in Jack 3 80%. Let's watch the ending, guys. Let's fucking go. B-Dub from Kentucky managed to take me down. Let's go, dude. Potato Cam, let's get some hype in the chat.
I did it, baby.
Yes. Oh, it brings like so many memories.
$40-24, really, because I split late. 40-24. Got it. Oh man, that should have been sub 40. Oh. You know what? That's a solid run. That's a solid run.
Sure was. Now,
Sorry about the really loud scream. I realized after I messed up on Breach the Ruins, I was really loud for a second.
I don't think I want to show it because I don't know how B-Dub reacted to it, or how B-Dub would react to it. I personally don't like to show my own frustration sometimes, because it's kind of like a negative look back on myself sometimes. Like, you don't want to see the anger get ahead of you. But essentially, B-Dub fell down and breached the ruins and lost about 30 seconds, which killed the sub 40 for him. But he still managed to beat world record, which was 40-20 or 40-48 at the time, by me. So, grats to B-Dub. He finally took me down. He did it. He almost got sub 40 as well, but he threw it to BTR. But he did get world record, so that was really good. If you want to check out the loud scream, as he says, you can go check out the video yourself. Jack 380%, 40-24. At this point, it had come down to this. Raccoon has, I think at this point, a low 41. I have a 40-48, and B-Dub has a 40-24. It's only the matter of time who gets the sub 40. And it had to be me. It was destined to be me. And you know what? I didn't even just get it. I got it by like not even this hair, but like probably the invisible particles that you see between my hands right now. I got it by the slightest bit. I got 3959.8. It happened. I retimed the run. And it was still sub 40 by a hair. This run can still be improved by but sub 40 is a big milestone. Sure was. And here were my mistakes, or so I thought. And I thought B-Dub was gonna beat it soon as well. And this is where we got very competitive with our splits. I remember me and B-Dub and Raccoon, we would always like talk about our splits, and we would say like, oh, I have this on this time, and I have this on that, you know, like we would have like very accurate like sort of splits, and we would have like very good looking splits and stuff like that. And I would compare to the world record. I know the chat like loved this layout. I think it's fucking, actually I think it looks even decent today.
All I know is that Roser's going to commentate. I know Ampus behind record. I have to get a near perfect end game in order to sub 40 with this run.
So, I'm hyped.
Yes.
Wait, okay, so
Yeah, man.
okay, so here begins the series of Ricky's very hard and dedicated pop-offs. So here we go. Let's enjoy. So, I'm literally on Terraformer. I know I have time to save on Final Boss, and if I do well on Final Boss, I'm going to get a sub 40. Oh, I almost missed Fast Cycle.
Oh no, no way, no way. This is the run, man! Yes! This is sub 40. This is sub 40. Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, I sound like Ryan Lockwood. I'm a legend. Oh my god.
This is it! Yes! Yes, dude, yes!
I sound like an evil scientist going fucking nuts over his experiment.
Fuck yeah, man! Fuck yes! Fucking finally did it! Yeah.
And the reason I popped off this hard is because we all grinded for it for like weeks. Fucking weeks.
Yes, man! Yes! Yes!
Oh, let's skip.
No way!
Let's skip to the end. Let's go to the end. You see that clutchness? Look at the fucking pace. 112, baby. Oh my god. I skipped the 40-30. I'm a fucking legend. Hold on, I want to recreate when I hit him, when I hit the final boss on the final hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it by like 2 seconds. No way.
Right in the fucking head. Skipped 113. I'm a legend. And I go nuts here. I go nuts. I barely get it by like a hair. And it was like a terrible final boss too. I thought if my final boss was like good enough, I thought that, you know, I would get it clean. But I barely did it. I barely did it. Dude, what a rush.
Okay. Alrighty.
I'm in shock at this point. I'm not even happy. I'm in shock that I barely clutched it.
Okay then. Let me close my window.
Yeah, so that was it, guys. The sub 40 race was done, and I won. But you thought the race for the world record was over? Fuck no. You think I was the reigning champion? Austria strikes back, baby. Raccoon beat me. And he did it by 15 seconds or so. 14 seconds. He fucking made it. He made it to the top. Raccoon had come from a 43. And he'd shown the world that he's a champion. And he finally did it. He came from all the way from a 41 to the world record.
Fuck. The last laser.
Let's watch. Oh my god, I love how Raccoon's accent was so, like, his German accent was so thick back then. Let's watch the reaction for Raccoon here. There was like a Skype call afterwards.
1, 2, 3, and done. Fuck. Fucking hell, man. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck.
I love it, Raccoon.
Fuck, my hands are fucking shaking.
Hold on, I think this is where he like joins the call. We're gonna keep watching. Yeah, dude, your accent was so thick back then.
Hey yo, I got check free any % world record.
Dude, did you really?
Wait, yes. What? Yeah.
That's new. That's fucking new.
39 45. Yes.
Dude, holy shit, congrats, man.
Thanks.
So tonight is basically gonna be how much can we
Fuck, this feeling is so good. Fuck this feeling.
Congratulations.
fucking amazing.
Thanks.
So Raccoon did it. He took me down. In this era of sub 40, they all held the record at some point. I am actually so fucking happy that at least Beat Up and Raccoon managed to hold the record at least once. And I say at least once because at this point I was on the run to beat Raccoon back. I had to beat him back. We had to do it, boys. And I think I don't have the video footage, but I remember 1 day later, not 1 day, or not more than 1 day later, I got a 39-41. And I beat Raccoon's this run. I beat this run 1 day later. But this is the most recent that I had of me beating him. Was my 39-29. And at this point, yeah, see, 39-41 was the world record. I don't have it highlighted, but that was the world record, and that's what I beat. Sometimes, I don't know, the records just get lost sometimes. But at this point, this was when I try to hide my splits. And honestly, this wasn't too special. I don't think I popped off. I said like it was bad. 28 maybe. That was a really bad final boss by the way. I'm sorry. 39-29. Horrible final boss. Should not have lost 8 seconds there. So at this point, you can obviously tell the game's getting severely optimized, and I'm not happy with just beating Raccoon. At this point, Raccoon and I think of the insanity that is sub 39. We think it's possible. Looking at the best segments, it all adds up. We have to go for the 38. It's only destined to be one of us. I'd like to mention, I want to give a shout out to, I'm actually going to find the video if I can. B-Dub somewhere in this race got his sub 40 as well. And he got a proper capture card and stuff like that. He got his first sub 40. So let's just watch the ending of that. It wasn't the world record, but he was the 3rd person to get the sub 40 as well. And he finally overcame his 40-24 that was there a while back. So let's just quickly see the ending of this run. And it's on YouTube, so that's a lot easier.
Wow. That final boss was actually really bad. Oh, that was barely sub 40. Holy crap. That final boss was terrible. But I got it. It's probably 39-59 actually. I split a little early.
Yeah, we all have bad final bosses. It's just the nerves. The nerves got to us, man.
Awesome.
He had the 15-minute time limit on YouTube? Maybe. I'm not sure.
I lost time on the final boss and I can save 16 seconds, I think it said.
Anyway, B-Dub got his sub 40. Congrats to him. Just a minor side note. So, the record now is 39-29. No, the extended inputs why now thing happened in my 39-20, which was only a PB. So Raccoon beat my 39-29 by another 17 seconds and got himself a 39-12. And we're gonna watch the ending of that as well. This is like my favorite era of this whole Jack 3 thing, by the way, is the hunt for the sub 38 and the sub 40. B-Dub and me and Raccoon racing it out. I fucking love this era. It's like one of the best parts of my whole life, for sure. Very memorable.
Dude, nice.
And this is where we finally come to the conclusion that Final Boss can actually go so fucking low. And he actually matters so hard in the run.
14 seconds. I say 14 seconds. What the fuck? Yeah. What? 11. What the fuck?
I just want to point out that it may not sound like Raccoon's an emotional player, but he is 10 times more introverted than I am, which is why he doesn't like pop off like I do. I'm actually, I may not seem like it, but I'm actually fairly introverted in this whole grand scheme of things. But I guess I was just back then. I was like you know, I was new to this whole thing, and it was the first thing I truly put time into. So when I actually achieved something, I just had to let it out. Okay, guys, now comes the point where I think this is my truly greatest achievement, I think, of insanity in my life. Me and Raccoon had been grinding for this 38 for, I think, about 2 weeks now. We're both going fucking insane. We're both going crazy over it. We keep losing runs to dumb shit. We keep playing every day, like 4 hours a day. And we just keep talking. I remember we were talking while we were in school, like about strats. It was that insane. And it all come down to the 38-58 by me. I'm not even gonna find the Twitch player. We're gonna find the YouTube player. I think it's just a lot better to find it. Jack 3 any percent. 38.57. Yeah. Here we go. So at this point, I'm a mean bastard to my chat. I don't care about what anybody else in the world tells me. I am determined for this 38. And so was Raccoon. And I got it. You can see the look on my face throughout the whole run, no matter where you go, well, most of the time anyway, unless I'm talking, is serious. Serious. Look at my face! A serious. I'm focused all the time. And it all comes down to the last little bit. This is, I think today is my loudest pop-off I've ever done. Whew. Sorry, I'm hesitating a bit on I'm hesitating a bit on playing, but the 38 was, oh my god. Alright. Let's get it over with. Okay, so as soon as I beat Terraformer, the we in there erupted. Turn down your volume. I'm gonna take the headphones off. And here we fucking go. Holy shit. We in there! Oh my god, I was so determined to get this run. I go crazier. Don't worry, I go crazier. I go insane. I go insane. Oh my god! That's it! That's it! That's it! 38! That has got to be it. If that isn't it, I don't know what is. That's gotta be it. That was a really good climb. Besides the little camera zoom I did, that's gotta be it. Oh my god, I just feel so shitty right now. It's funny, I think I almost puked, and I haven't puked in like 8 years. But the tension in my stomach was going all over the place, so I nearly fucking puked. My mouth is so dry, dude, and my heart is just going nuts. It's so funny. I felt terrible. Oh my god, I don't believe it, dude. I was so nervous. That's it. That's it. I'm done with Jack 3 any percent. That's it. That's it. And guess what, guys? It doesn't stop here. It doesn't fucking stop. I go crazier. Let's watch the end. I think this is like the grand moment in my career, in a way. I don't know if I'll get it. I don't know, man. I really don't know. So at this point, I'm hoping to God I'm so that fucking scared. A 38. I am so fucking scared, dude. I don't know if I'll get it. I don't know if I'll get it. Yeah. Throughout my time of 2 years, 5,680 attempts. I really don't know, man. Oh no. Will I get it? I don't think I will, actually. Shit. Shit. No, 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 no. Oh no. Ear warning. Ear warning. Come on. Please be final wave. Please. Please. Come on. If you bonk your head now, I got it. 38! Yes! Yes! We fucking in there! That's it! Yes! Oh my god, dude, that's it. Oh my god, that's it, dude. That's it. 38-58. Yeah! That's it! That's it.
So nice.
I yelled so loud at like 11 p.m. My mom came in and be like, "Be fucking quiet, what the fuck?" I was so loud. I could not calm myself. I could not calm myself. That was so crazy. And there it was, I finally did it. I got the 38. I will still stand by today that that is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. That is the most, that's the hardest grind in my life for a single time was my 38. You guys might have remembered I've done no IMG for a week, rack Ouya for like sub 40, rack 380% was a sick one. This takes the cake. This takes the cake for the craziest thing I've ever done. And I couldn't hold back. So was this it? Was this the grand sub 38 or sub 39 that everyone wanted? Was this the end of Jack 3, you thought? Not according to Raccoon. He beat me.
Okay.
He got a 38-48. This is probably known as the God Run of the 38 or the 40 era, like the area around where we've got sub 40, sub 39 essentially. This was the best run at the time for this era. And Raccoon, I'm sad to announce for people that enjoy my content or whatever, but in true warrior spirit, Raccoon came out on top and beat me fair and square with the best run he could have possibly pulled out. He did it. 38-48. He had done it. With the hilarious, I forget what that guy's name is. What's his name? But yeah, funny gift. Raccoon always had funny gifts. Phantom Lord.
Dude. Holy fuck.
This run brings back so many memories. And that, my friends, is the end of the 40 saga. My absolute favorite moment in my whole speedrunning career was this saga of achieving sub 41. From 41.11 to 38.48 was my absolute favorite era to play this game. And it will always be, I think. It was so memorable to me, and it just holds such a special place to me. This is where the community actually came together and we started forming more runners. It was amazing. Truly amazing. Now, if one saga ends, who says the story writer cannot make another saga to the story? Let's go back a bit. It all started here, on this thread, but not far down did one man change the entire meta of this game. Unreal 704 had found a crazy glitch that would change the whole meta of this game, and it was known as the hover. You could hover with the jetboard. It was unheard of. This was a thing. We couldn't believe it. There was some sort of infinite hover glitch with the jetboard. Now, this only brought any percent down by 40 seconds. But this glitch combined with another skip brought the game down significantly. Like, significantly. Okay, where do I fucking begin here? Back when Raccoon's run was beaten, or not beaten, but back when Raccoon's run was kind of the stable world record, people thought of ways to beat this because there was no way people could beat this run without practicing, like grinding like hell. Like, me and Raccoon were both done, beat up was done. We didn't think anybody would ever touch any percent. It was just over. So, this hover glitch, and with the help of temple skip. Now, what temple skip is it was theorized back in the day that you could, so whenever you do volcano skip in Jak 3, you go through the room, you go through like the hallway, and then you get into the rotator room, the below, and the fences pop up. And you skip the fences with the wave concussor. So whenever you skip the fences, you'd go to the end, you get light jack heal, you'll get out, and do Ashlyn, I believe. I think. Yeah. So, it was theorized that if you can get around the fence trigger, you could go to... And you could go up to the upper level of the temple, you could go straight to the eco mine. So one runner by the name of Yankee 047, no, 027, my bad. I think I'm mixing Goofy in. Yankee 027 got a 37 with these two tricks combined. I'm not sure if he did hover in this run. But at this point, it was found. I can confirm. Pretty sure it was. So Yankee did it, and I will show you. Yeah. So right here, you can see on the splits, he did Ashlyn / heal skip, which is the new glitch that we are about to see right here. So I will try and show you the correct attempt of him getting it. So, what he would do instead of going in bounds here and continuing the level as normal, you would stay out of bounds, and you would make your way around this. And then you would do a series of out-of-bounds jumps to stay out of bounds. These were incredibly hard at the time, and they were considered tasks only. Kuitar spent hours on emulator trying to get this to work. It was considered tasks only. There was no way we could ever do this. And Yankee did it in a run. Trial and error, of course. Took him many deaths, but he finally did it, and here it is. Hopefully, this is the right one. Lands on the first bit, lands on the second bit, and he did it. He did the impossible. So he gets the camera in bounds here to load the level. This was the old way of doing it. And what that would do is it would load this next part of the level. He has to do another series of out-of-bounds jump around this gate. I just want to briefly mention that this skip would skip light jack heal and defend Ashlyn. So it skips another 2 missions. So then again, you do a series of out-of-bounds jumps, and going through this wall skips the trigger on this left side here, where the fences pop up. So you can see the fences right here on the floor are not here, which means that the temple is loaded in a different state. It is loaded in the secondary state where you can now access the eco mine. And now afterwards, Yankee does what we call an ABBA bounce. Gets up to this part. Make sure to get the load. Dies so that this room over here won't be black, and whenever it isn't black, it loads the eco mine. So as you can see on the other side, it loads the sub rails that take you to the eco mine. And Yankee makes it across this rotator. was a series of incredibly hard out of bounds jumps. And he's done it. He skipped Ashlyn. He's the first to do temple skip in a run. He would now go on to do, I believe the rest of the run was fairly mediocre, I believe. Something like that. Like, yeah, he lost like nearly a minute from there on out, and there was a ton of deaths in Ashlyn. But he actually did it, and he got a 37. Which was the first run in so long to take down Raccoon, finally. At the time, me and Raccoon were obviously very flustered that our 38s were beaten by like a cheapo strat, like kind of a crazy skip, and we kind of felt like the game wasn't as it used to be. It was like very different. But still, Yankee was like. Don't discredit Yankee, because this run was the first to do temple skip, and it's like a major achievement. This run is actually a crazy achievement for the whole community, like as a whole. So this was the route now, and because Yankee had a ton of deaths, I'll just quickly browse through these. Nothing too spectacular. Yankee cleaned it up to about a 35. Yeah. So he did more runs. And at this point, I was back. So as soon as Yankee got his 35, I had the motivation to come back and beat him in his own game. I'd gotten a 34. I would also get the temple skip here.
One more. Let's go, man. Man, fuck yes.
Got another minor pop off there.
Excellent final boss too. I think that ties my PB right there. It's like 414 or 413. Yes. All right. Cool. We're getting less shittier runs. Oh. That run was definitely far from perfect, but I'm so glad I got rid of that awful training course split.
So I managed to get a 34. And this run was still not good. Now this is, I don't know if this is the run that got it fully theorized. I'm going to take a look because I honestly, guys, I have to remember all this off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had gotten a 33,
Same with Twin
but I'm going to check if this route has... Yeah, it does. Okay, so how do I put it? I think it might actually, my 34 might have also had the same route. Yeah, I think it might have. So I just want to quickly go over this 34 that I have. This 34 did a different route to Yankees run. And that is known as the temple skip. Now, what we knew is that you could skip into the eco mine by doing the certain out of bounds tricks. What we did not know is that, so there are 4 states to the temple. This is very like mind-boggling and complicated, but I have to explain it so you guys will hopefully understand. There are 4 ways to do you enter the temple. There's the first time, which is climb the volcano. Then there's light jack heal, so that's the 2 states. And then there's complete monk temple tests, that's the 3rd one. And there's rescue seam, which is the 4th one. Climb monk temple is in the middle of Act 1. Light jack heal is 2 missions later. Complete monk temple test is about 5 missions later, so all 3 in Act 1 relatively close together. But rescue seam is a mission in Act 3. It's the first mission of Act 3. What we found out with temple skip is you can go out of bounds and you can go to the end of the temple. and I will show you exactly how this works. So you would do the out of bounds jumps as normal, and this would be something I would do in runs as well. And I would hopefully nail these jumps.
Very close. Very close. Okay, I'll keep going. I'm capable of PB.
Okay.
I'll keep going.
So
This is
now at this
fun.
point, you do the same thing as before. You die to make the next part of the level load, right? Well, wait, is this still no, this is still the same route. Shit. Sorry. I have to pull up my 33, I think is the one that has the other route. It's either the 33 or the 30 or a better time than that. If this one still has eco mine, awful run. Okay, so if this must be one. This must be the one. If it's an awful run. Yeah. So here we go. So this is the run. I got the 33 and it had a new route. So this is what let's just try and leave off where I left off before. So you get up top. And I have to do that without ammo. That was kind of cool. And then you die to make the next part of the level load. And when you do that, you can go to the end. Now, there's a cutscene trigger right here for the end of Light Jack heal, and you could take that if you want. But instead of taking the Light Jack heal and finishing the Light Jack heal mission, we want to jump over the trigger by doing a wave concussor jump above it. Which looked like that. And now what we want to do is we want to head to the third part of the temple where we would normally do Rescue Seam. Now Rescue Seam, like I said, is the first mission of Act 3. And I've talked to you guys about percent warps before. Is if you touch this door now, with the skips that we've just done, come back out, the game warps us to Rescue Seam. And when it puts us in Act 3, it gives us every single item and mission and everything... item, gun, car, whatever you're supposed to have at this point in the game. What it also gives us is it gives us the carrier, and because the game thinks we're in Act 3, we need to somehow be able to travel between Haven City and Spargus. So when we destroy the car, it puts us back to the garage, and the carrier should be there. And when the carrier is there, we can go to Haven City, and we can go through Haven City and straight to Palace Ruins. So as you can see, the carrier's there. It's supposed to take me to the next part of the game. We traverse the city. It seems like I died or something. We traverse the city, we end up in New Haven, and we do something called the White Barrier Skip, which is you go through this little corner part here. It looks like I fail it quite a bit. Yeah, it was hard whenever we first discovered it. And obviously here's the hover glitch, here's a little bit of use of it. And we would skip into the end of the game. With Palace Ruins, BTR, Dark Ship, as normal. Now, with that, Yankee got a 31 with this route. He beat me by a whole 2 minutes. And he said Dark Ship was the only mistake, otherwise very solid run. So Yankee went from 35 to a 31. This was crazy. That he did, wow, that's actually one of the best softlock screens I've ever seen. Good on you, Yankee. That was really good. And Yankee had done it. He got a 31, which was incredibly huge. Now, I think this is coming up now is my 3040, which is actually my most viewed video on YouTube. It has nearly 50,000, 44,000 views. It's so much for me on YouTube. And this was also like a little bit after I got Twitch partner and all that. And this is where I get the the 3040.
Over, man.
So I got the 3040, which was, looking back at it, it wasn't that good. I thought it was insane.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually notice my similarity to Cosmo right there.
I must have done like a similar reaction. Oh, check. What the hell? So 3040 stood for a little while. That was a decent run, I thought. But, you know, I can't get a record without Raccoon coming back to beat me. That is not happening. That is not happening, my guy. So Raccoon also tried the new route with his cool drum and bass thing. I love that. Raccoon, you have to send me that at some point. He does the same skips, manages to get an insane run of 30-23. This was another pretty big milestone. This is actually a very I don't know why I don't appreciate my 30-40 and Raccoon's 30-28, because it was actually, both were really good.
And then breach the ruins, you gained.
And I'm going over the run with him here. Me and Raccoon are like best friends at this point. Am I trying to talk him out of how good his run is?
Thanks.
Am I that much of a dick? No, I'm not. Come on.
Somewhere in that range.
Let's see this.
Don't nuke that shit, dude. Don't nuke. I don't want the same thing that happened to you that happened to me. It's just silly.
And don't spoil if you got study training.
Oh, please.
Alright.
Rats on the run, dude.
Thanks.
Oh, it's 30-24, right?
Almost.
30-23?
Yeah.
5? Okay. Yeah, it's 12 seconds near the end, so somewhere in that range. Dude, grats.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
In there.
Oh, nice.
I'm even popping off for him. I love it. I'm like popping off for him. It's funny. Okay, so once again, Raccoon had pretty much put himself. Bob, I'll tell you what your first record is. I got you, fam. So Raccoon pretty much set himself as the champion again. Quote unquote the God run that we would never beat. But this one was actually beaten fair and square with the same route. Here we have Yankee, who comes in and finally joins the competition. You know, like, me and Yankee had like a couple trades back and forth. He got a 31 where I got the 30. But we didn't really truly battle it out, I feel, until a little bit later. So this is where the battle begins. The battle for the sub 30 and the battle for the sub, like the mid 29s. This is where the run gets fucking sick. So, first, we have Yankee's 30-15. Yankee manages to clutch it out and beat Raccoon with a splendid time of 30-15. Yankee doesn't use mic very much, so we'll probably try and move on from that. You know, still an outstanding achievement. I think this was like the first 16 carrier or something. No, sorry. I don't know. Somebody got like a. I remember our carrier times was like something we tracked a lot in the back in the day. And then the young Bobby comes in. So here we have an introduction of the second to last record holder that I will introduce to you guys. We have one more that I've yet to introduce you guys to. But HillaryPuff, a runner from California, had taken this 30-15 one step closer to what he wanted. And by one step closer, I mean he got a 30-14. 1 whole second did Bob beat him by. This guy was, honestly, I'm so glad he's in the community, was one of the guys that spiced up the game a little bit, because it was getting a tiny bit stale for me. Bob was just a funny guy. Like,
I mean, he doesn't even have a bad time, so it doesn't really matter.
And this was like kind of the era where like a bunch of people like started joining the community for no reason. It was like Ouija, Goofy, Riley, Tyrion. It's like it was like boom. It's like, you know, a whole set of new runners just kind of joined at this moment when he got this run.
And
we're gonna watch the reaction of Bob getting the 30-14 here. Can we get some sub your bish in the chat? Can we get some sub your bish in the chat?
Yeah,
Let's go.
Turned out pretty alright.
He was going.
It's good practice. It's good practice
go,
anyways.
he kept
I
going.
mean, it's good practice. He should just keep going if it was first run.
Calls world record practice. Good name.
You were before Bob? Yeah. You were long before Bob, but like you became active around that time. You know what I mean?
Optimized Jack game. World record is just practice, man.
Okay, here we go.
Bob, next time you should reset against this PB if it's not a 409.
He's never gonna fucking get a 409 again.
Oh my gosh, it's world record by 1 second.
Are you
oh my god. I said I'm the fourth.
Yankee, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That laugh, I can't spoil who it is.
Baby.
I can't say who it is.
Dude. That's so awesome.
Fuck, man.
I
Oh
can't
my God.
believe you were that far behind.
Oh,
And you just came.
There we go. There's the 30-40, or 30-40, 30-14 by Bob. The sub your bish himself actually did it. There it is. What a legendary run. Yankee was a furious man. He would not have it. How dare you beat my record by 1 second? I'm gonna get a sub 30 right now. And so he did. Yankee had beaten the game in under half an hour. What an astounding achievement this was for the community. Lapogne did the sub 1 hour. I did the sub 40. And here we have Yankee with the sub 30. Congratulations, Yankee. This was crazy. It looks like he actually got 30-11 before that. Okay, well this was highlighted, so I picked it out. But this was the first run to beat the game in under half an hour. And this was a standing achievement. Settled for 29 is all I can say. This was like, well, yeah, this was like one of the first good carrier splits too. I remember that. He messed up a bit Palace Ruins. And then, there you have it. 29. Just want to quickly pause and say, we started at an hour and 36 minutes. And I thought my 109 was like fairly good, and it wouldn't go much further than that, right? Look at it now. 29 minutes. How much down further could we possibly go? Well, that 30-15, 30-14, and 29-54 began a minor era, I'd call it. A battle for the world record in the 30 era. This was a battle between myself, Yankee, and HillaryPuff. So once again, I was motivated to join the battle. 29-54 was gotten. So it was Yankee got 30-15, Bob got 30-14, Yankee got 29-54, Bob got this run of 29-51. So you could see Bob and Yankee was just trading back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We're gonna watch this one again.
Talk about this.
Kamacut stream. This has got to.
And here we go. Bob gets his first sub 30 as well.
Everyone's the same.
And gets world record.
Kappa B.
Oh, nice. 29-51.
Oh, nice, I guess.
What was that final boss split?
I guess that was a pretty good time, I guess. It's like the complete opposite for me.
That run was pretty bad, though. Thanks, Kara.
Alright, there we go. So he got that run. And then Yankee got a 2-second improvement over Bob. So you can see, these two are just grinding it out. Crazy. Yankee getting 30-15, Bob 30-14, Yankee 29-54, Bob 29-51, Yankee 29-49. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Constant introduction of barrier skip in, like, you know, crazy strats that, you know, we didn't think of going for before. We're going for unreal strats. Just crazy movement all around.
Thanks for everything.
And Yankee does it. He gets 29-49. So these two are just the prime. So these two are just the prime runners of this era that managed to, like, bring the game down that tiny bit in the 30 era until I came along and joined in on the party. I managed to smash my PB from a 30.06, I remember, right here, to the 29.36, right here. And I remember this was the run where I played Kendrick Lamar's Money Trees. Because I told Bob, hold on, you guys have to hear this. I'm gonna play this song on my stream. Wait, because I told how much that wasted. Alright, I'm gonna play this song on my stream because I told Bob that I would play this song if I was on world record pace at Terraform. Can we get some subjubition in the chat? So I'm gonna play this song. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but we're just gonna... I love this song. It's by Kendrick Lamar. Gonna make sure the splits are actually selected. There we go. I keep my cool. I don't think I pop off too hard. But this is it, man. Yeah, bish. Yeah, bish. Yeah, bish. I started singing along, but for some reason the first bit is actually desynced, as you can hear. Do it like rappers do, like rappers. I was obsessed with Kendrick at the time. I fucking loved Kendrick here. This was what, 2015? Let's see this, Yes! Yes! Let's see the pop-off. It's world record, dude. It's world record! It's world record! Yes! Yes! Let's get a good final boss, too. That's actually a good pop-off. That's actually a good pop-off. I'm hyped, but I keep it together. I keep it together. Keep it together, and I think I actually get a good final boss, too. Yeah, dude. Oh, that's... Is that 407 final... Oh, it's not. Oh, my God, I thought it was. Is it? No, it's not. It's 411, I think. That's such a fucking nice final boss. I got it. I got it. I got it. Under a money tree. Oh, yes. Oh, that's such a good run. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, wow. Holy crap. I like how you can barely see me. That was a really good run. I kept up with my late game. That was one thing I told everybody from the start. It'll be really hard for me to match my late game in my PB. Oh my God, guys, I did it! I did it! I did it, guys! I did it! I got some. I was very happy with that run. I think actually this is probably my best Jack 380% run. I'd like to admit that my 37 or my 3857 was like the hardest I've grinded for an achievement, but I think this is like my best run for the time. My room is a club in this run. Yeah, it's funny. Okay. So you guys thought I was done there. Well, I was. And Bob beat me. Alright. So Bob decided to do a race with Goofy, I think. Oh, I spoiled something. And Bob was doing a casual race, and I think he got like a good satellite and like a good terraform. No, he missed fast cycle terraformer, and he beat me anyway. And he got 29-34. It says 33, but it's actually 34. So let's watch this. Wow, you have a fucking lot of resets, Bob. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. I did not think you had that many. 10 ammo. Risky as fuck.
Man.
Nice, 29:34. Oh, is that world record?
Yeah, that's world record.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Let's go, Bob.
Damn, what was that final boss segment? Oh, fuck yeah.
Foreign bish. Foreign car. I love that. Yankee actually ended up getting a 29:35 as well. So literally we had 29:34, 29:35, 29:36 in a row. 1 second apart. Which was crazy. And thus ends the 30 saga. This was definitely one of my... I underrate this part about running the game a lot. I think... Like, no offense to Bob or Yankee, but I think the vibe that B-Dub and Raccoon, like, gave off of me back then was, like, a bit more enjoyable to go up against, I think. I think me and Yankee had definitely some rivalry back then. Like actual... Not hatred, but, like, we didn't get along. I'm willing to put, like... We put it aside today, obviously. Like, we get along really easily, but we definitely had... conflicts back then. We had definitely our conflicts. It's like we would both get on each other's nerves for sure. And Bob would just be the neutral guy and he'd just kind of be like sub your bish. But this is actually like one of the crazy parts. Like we all got to around the same skill level in general, which was really crazy. So this is where the 30 saga ends. And Bob had won the race. Now begins Goofy Nation. This man, you even see him over here. He's watching as we speak. He's watching. Hi, am Gooby, Jack Runner, single. Enjoys long walks on the beach. 13 years old. USA, California. Goofy 358. 13 years old at the time. A new route had been discovered. A new world record had been broken. 29:08 was the new record. What we now found out is, remember back when I said in the cave skip thing? Remember back in the cave skip I said, we found out that you could do cave skip from the floor, but you don't get a car? I wonder what this means. I wonder if this means roll jumping through the desert for 7 minutes to get to the cave. Maybe. So this is what any percent had come to. You go past the garage gate, out of bounds, and you roll jump into the desert until you get to the cave skip. And the cave skip would save roughly 40 seconds, I believe. So you would roll jump through the desert. You would do this. You found out you can ABBA bounce there. And you go into the cave as normal. And thus, this was the new cave skip. We didn't think there would be a better method than the one we currently have, but here we are. And Goofy saved a whole 41 seconds over this on this new skip. The route continued as normal. You would do temple skip. You would go through Palace Ruins and BTR. And Goofy would end up getting his first world record. A 13-year-old kid from California had done it. He got his first sub 30 and he got 28:08 or 29:08. Unreal. Legendary. Absolutely legendary. New run. New route. New runner. Probably the best thing that's happened to me in my life. I think that sums it up pretty well. Now, I'm going to go over only 2 more runs. There is one thing that I could do, and that is I would go over every single run with all the desert rolls in it. But I think it's better to take a look. Okay, look, the extremely goofy background aside, no pun intended, I'm going to show you guys, seizure warning actually, seizure warning. This is Goofy's speedrun.com page. Try and ignore the background. Maybe I can zoom in to ignore it a bit. Okay, well that helped a tiny bit. But here is Goofy's speedrun.com page, and I want to show you that the run that you just saw was the 2908. He essentially improved a bunch right here. And what ended up happening near this part right here is there was a tiny new skip discovered even further. And that was known as the full desert roll. So the full desert roll was a thing where you did not have to do the cave. So Yankee got a 2510 with this run, with the full desert rolls. So what we found out now is you can actually deload a little bit, like parts of the desert. Roll jump into here, this deloaded part, roll jump into the cave to cut some corners, as shown, and slide through a small crack in the water over here. So what had just been found is you roll jump through the desert for about 5 minutes, and you make it to this spot. And there's a small crack in the water here that you walk through, which would make you able to skip below the thing that would kill you, I believe. Just saying, I've never done this route, so I'm talking out of my ass sometimes. But essentially what this allows you to do is that small crack allows you to swim under the death plane, I suppose. And you swim to the temple. And I will show you if we can get there. So you get to the temple, and there's a tiny bit of ground here where you can get up. So you get up on the land, and you do more roll jumps. And once you get to the waterfall near the temple, what you now do is you do a boosted, which is a Jack 1 technique, across this waterfall. And from there, the temple actually loads in, and it allows you to do temple skip. So when you get to the island, you skip cave skip, you skip all of those missions, you literally go from the second mission to the temple, and from the temple to rescue Seam. It actually just mind boggles me right now how much of the game we skip. We literally do we go from the second mission, which means we do 2 missions, go into like the 18th one, and then we skip to like the 70th mission. Slightly new method of doing the out of bounds jumps here. And Yankee completes his run of going through the city here, getting the palace ruins, hovering through everything, beating final boss, and he gets his legendary 2510. Now this run for a while was amazing. We didn't think it could really be beaten, but there are some sloppy segments, and one runner took that to the next level and is currently your reigning champion of Jack 3, and his name is Goofy358. Today, is February. No, today is March 12th of 2017. And this is your world record in Jack 380%. With this silly fucking picture, when you butt nut, she suck, fuck, keep nuts. Legendary. Mic dropping. Hands down. Mic dropping. Here's your world record, people. Absolutely a masterpiece. Absolutely legendary. What a legend. This run has still not been beaten today. Jack 380% is down to 2340. It started from an hour and 36 minutes and has currently been lowered by an hour and 12 minutes. This is actually insane. And thus ends the saga. Will we get a sub 20? Has New Game Plus currently New Game Plus utilizes some of the same tricks, but instead of roll jumping to the cave, you now drive to it. Will New Game Plus, will we find, okay, so if we find a skip that would get us the ability to unlock any car at any given moment, it's very possible that we could get this game under 20 minutes. But that's maybe for the future. No, not the cave. The temple. Yeah, we need to get to the temple faster than we currently do. This is your current world record. Insanity. Absolute insanity. You found a run from 2009? Any percent? New Game Plus? Have we made history on stream? The split list is so short? Yeah. It's crazy. Oh yeah, but that was all missions. As far as I know. It's FOS. Yeah, segmented. Yeah, but it was like all missions kind of thing. Yeah, I should have maybe touched on that segmented run. But I didn't feel like that one was the one that ground broke it because it didn't have like good quality or anything, or it wasn't the one that I would watch. Okay, guys. So, to sum it up, this was a fantastic sub goal. I know it was literally for 100 subs, but it was for 100 subscribers, which happened like a week ago. But I think I'd still like to thank you guys for making it possible, and thank you to the community. Just want to give a shout outs to the people that made all this stuff possible. Tom Jack, Lapogne, Kuitar, Blahpy, B-Dub, Raccoon, Yankee, Goofy. Hold on, I'll do it over. Lapogne, Tom Jack, Kuitar, Blahpy, Raccoon, B-Dub, Yankee and Bob, and Goofy. Some other honorable mentions. Bobby Kaze, I believe, did a lot of stuff with this as well. But yeah. That's it. Thank you, people on YouTube, for watching. It was very, it was probably very long, and I apologize. Unreal. Thank you, Unreal. Forgot Unreal. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I think that was great. Thank you. That's all I gotta say.